Secret Nazi expeditions searching for ancient knowledge and technologies that surpass our understanding of time. Mysterious maps that reveal Antarctica without ice, as if drawn by a civilization that knew the continent as we've never seen it. Eyewitness accounts describing secret bases and flying craft with inexplicable abilities. From the dawn of humanity to today, we have been trying to unravel the mysteries of our past. But are some of the answers right before our eyes? Could the key to the future be hidden in the secrets of antiquity? This is what we will try to find out today in the new episode of Hidden Reality. In December 1938, 4 years after Adolf Hitler came to power as Führer, in Hamburg he began establishing his total dictatorship. He placed the German military under direct control, but on the brink of World War II, Hitler was also involved in many strange undertakings that were hidden from the public. He engaged every remaining resource in the search for ancient relics, which he believed contained incredible powers. On December 17, 1938, the cargo ship Schwabenland set sail on one of these top-secret missions. It is said that the 33-member crew included scientists, military experts, a construction team, and key members of the Thule Society. 32 days later, they arrived at their destination, Antarctica. The Nazis themselves were fascinated by ancient civilizations, and the legends have disappeared. Super races searched for this lost Arctic homeland, believing that the Aryans came from there. They searched all over the world, and that included Antarctica. The Thule Society. They truly believed that they were mystics, psychics, and that they could communicate with these beings who were said to be of extraterrestrial origin or to belong to this civilization and inhabit Earth. The expedition, led by Captain Alfred Richter, aimed to establish a German presence in the region and to explore New Swabia, an area in the eastern part of the continent. But behind the facade of scientific research, there is something more mysterious. The Nazis believed that Antarctica might hide not only a strategic location, but also something much more ancient, remains of a lost civilization. According to theories, the Nazis built underground bases using a network of natural caves and tunnels beneath the ice of Antarctica. In these bases, called Base 211 for example, it is believed that experiments with advanced technologies were conducted. Reports mention that the area was ideal for self-sustaining operations, thanks to geothermal energy providing heat and electricity. One of the most intriguing aspects of these bases is the use of anti-gravity technologies. According to some sources, such as the unconventional book by Dr. Michael Salla, Secret Space Programs, the Nazis had contact with an extraterrestrial race called the Nordic Allies, who provided them with critical information about energy systems and navigation. The most well-known projects are those related to the so-called flying saucer craft like Vril and Haunebu, which were built on the anti-gravity engine Tuletehil Nator. This engine, based on electromagnetic gravitational technology, is powered by free energy and is capable of lifting the craft to incredible speeds of over 40,000 kilometers per hour in the atmosphere and even higher in space. These devices are the product of a combination of cutting-edge science and advanced geometry. As strange as all this may sound to you, such devices are not completely unknown in our world. History gives us an example of a scientist who, far from the war ambitions of the Nazis, also managed to master anti-gravity, but from a completely different perspective. History. In the 1980s and 1990s, the Soviet scientist and entomologist Viktor Grebennikov created a device that he called a gravitoplane. Unlike the complex electromagnetic engines of the Nazis, Grebennikov based his technology on his observations of nature. By studying, for example, the microstructures of beetle wings, he discovered that these shapes create an unusual anti-gravity effect. Inspired mainly by this, Grebennikov developed a platform that uses this phenomenon for levitation. The gravitoplane, according to his claims, was capable of levitating and moving at tremendous speed, although it did not reach the level of the Nazi flying saucers. However, the device remains shrouded in mystery because Grebennikov never published the full technical details. This episode of Hidden Reality is sponsored by our friends at Blancodent. Did you know that you can replace regular toothpaste with Blancodent? 100% natural, no chemicals, no harmful substances, completely pure and natural for all our teeth? I've been using Blancodent myself ever since I got to know them for so many years now, and I can't think of using anything else. The taste is very different, much tastier, much more natural, much more authentic. It can also be used as a mouthwash, by the way, just half a teaspoon in your mouth, a little water, rinse, and you're done. Unlike regular mouthwashes that contain harsh chemicals and alcohol, Blancodent is completely safe and natural. Many of these chemical mouthwashes can damage the lining of the mouth and disrupt the natural balance of the oral flora. Especially today in this episode, Blancodent has an offer for you. Everyone who orders for the first time, if they order by phone, will receive not one, but 2 packs of 25 grams each. Order your gift by calling the number shown on the screen. Give it a try. I am very satisfied and will continue to use Blancodent. You should try it too. With the fall of Berlin in 1945, a number of high-ranking Nazi officers and scientists disappeared, and according to some theories, Antarctica became their refuge. The Fourth Reich continued to operate in isolation, developing technologies that surpassed anything known to modern science. There are rumors that even U-boat-type submarines were used to transport people and resources to these bases. Operation Highjump was the largest U.S. military mission in Antarctica, led by Admiral Richard Byrd. It involved about 4,700 people, 13 ships and 33 airplanes. The official goal is scientific research and establishing an American presence on the continent. According to rumors and unofficial accounts, the mission encountered flying objects that are believed to be either Nazi or extraterrestrial. They attacked the ships, forcing the mission to be terminated earlier than planned. After returning to the US, Byrd was placed in a clinic and forbidden to speak publicly about the events in Antarctica. Until his death in 1957, he did not reveal any more details. During his flight over the South Pole in 1947, Admiral Richard Byrd described an incredible experience in his diary. It is claimed that his plane was caught in an invisible grip and was forced to land. In a mysterious world, the home of the Aryans, an advanced civilization inhabiting the inner earth. Welcome to our domain, Admiral, says the teacher, the leader of this civilization. We allowed you to enter here because you are of noble descent. Our world exists in harmony far ahead of your race, which is now at a point of no return. According to the teacher, the Aryans began to observe humanity. After the detonation of the atomic bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they sent their Flugelrad flying machines with advanced technology to find out what was happening on the surface. Your world is on the brink of a great storm. A black fury will descend upon your culture. Your science will not protect you, but some of your race will survive. And one day we will return to help you start over. The Aryans tie the fate of humanity to our ability to renounce the wars and destruction. They believe that their progress in culture and science can serve as an example for a new beginning. In various statements and interviews, Admiral Byrd hints at unusual events during the mission. One of his most famous quotes comes from an interview for the Chilean newspaper El Mercurio in 1947. In the event of a new war, America could be attacked by enemies capable of flying from one pole to the other at astonishing speed. Do the bases in New Swabia still exist today? And if these bases were real, what was really discovered in them? In 1513, the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis created a map that, it seems, was ahead of its time. It shows parts of South America and Africa with astonishing accuracy, but what shocked scientists was something else. The map clearly shows the coasts of Antarctica and without ice. This is incredible because Antarctica was discovered only in 1820, 300 years later. Satellite images taken in the 20th century confirm that the coastline depicted on the map is the same as the one that today lies beneath kilometers of ice. How is it possible that Piri Reis knew this? And if he didn't know it himself, where did he get the information from? Piri Reis claims that he compiled his map based on much older documents. Some of these documents come from the Library of Alexandria, which according to legends contained the knowledge of lost civilizations. When the map fell into the hands of archaeologists in 1929, they were astonished. What is Antarctica doing there, and how is it possible that its outlines match those we find today beneath kilometers of ice? Scientists began to study the map and discovered that it was not only accurate but also showed details that no one at that time could have known. In the 1950s, the map reached Professor Charles Hapgood, who studied ancient geography. When Hapgood began to study the Piri Reis map, he noticed something extraordinary. The coasts of Antarctica, shown without ice, match exactly with the geographical data collected using probes during the International Geophysical Year. Hapgood comes up with a hypothesis that shakes the scientific world. He suggests that Antarctica was not always covered in ice. About 12,000 years ago, he says, the shifting of the Earth's crust moved the continent to the South Pole, where it froze. The Piri Reis map may be a legacy from a civilization that lived before this cataclysm, says Hapgood. The mysterious map attracted the attention of the American explorer Arlington Mallory. To check how accurate it was, he made a grid and overlaid the Piri Reis map onto the world map. The Ottoman map turned out to be absolutely accurate. After the experiments, the scientists stated that the only way to make a map with such a high degree of precision is if the picture is taken from space. On the map of Piri Reis, the Amazon, the Andes, the Falkland Islands, which were discovered much later, the Gulf of Venezuela, Cape Horn, and most intriguingly, Antarctica, which was officially discovered only in 1818, are shown. For some reason, the Ottoman map is missing the 1,000 kilometer strait between Antarctica and South America. Their coastlines are connected. It is clearly visible that Antarctica is actually still ice-free. Traces. This actually reflects the state of our planet, but from about 10,000 years ago. Of course, skeptics try to explain the map with different theories. Some say that this is simply a mistake or that Piri Reis used his imagination. But the questions remain. How did Piri Reis know about the coasts of Antarctica beneath the ice? Where did he get this information? And how was he able to map them with such accuracy? The map of Piri Reis is real and you can see it. It is preserved and displayed in the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. It measures about 90 cm by 65 cm and only a part of the original map has been preserved. It is believed that this is about 1/3 of its original size and the rest has been lost, which adds another layer to its mystery. Scientists discovered that the map uses the mysterious Mercator projection, an advanced cartographic method that only became widely known in the 16th century. This highlights how advanced the sources that Piri Reis used were. Friends, if you would like to join our team, you can send an email to sharewithchocoeggmail.com. And if you would like to help with script writing, discovering new information, exciting new topics, or if you want to join the editing team, whether for short videos or for long ones. If you would like to help us with creating and improving our website and platform, which has many different activities and a lot of interesting things planned. We are open to suggestions and to people who are willing to work with us long term. The work is challenging and really requires dedication, so it will definitely take up quite a bit of your time. But this is for those who have already set out on this path and know that they wouldn't do anything else anyway. Write to us if you're interested. We reply to everyone anyway. In 1531, Oronteus Finaeus published a map that also shows Antarctica, but the details of the terrain, including mountains and rivers, are so accurate that scientists wonder how such a map could have been created before modern technology. This map also supports the hypothesis of a civilization that existed there when the climate was significantly warmer. According to some hypotheses, it was mapped about 6,000 years ago. The official history claims that the first civilization on Earth emerged about 4,000 years ago. In that case, who was capable of creating such a precise map when modern science has had such maps for only about 50 to 60 years? At the end of August 1959, Professor Charles Hapgood was examining ancient maps of Antarctica in the Library of Congress. I came across a true masterpiece and was stunned with surprise. It depicted the southern hemisphere, including Antarctica, and the signature read Oronteus Finaeus 1531. He explains to specialists from the laboratory of the United States Air Force. Scientific analysis of this map shows that its incredible precision could only have been achieved using the methods of spherical trigonometry, which were used from the mid-18th century. To put it in simpler terms, science confirms that about 12,000 years ago Antarctica had a warm climate. Ice samples and fossils prove that the continent was home to plants and animals typical of temperate zones. This was exactly at the time when ancient civilizations like Atlantis were flourishing. In 2016, satellite images revealed pyramid-like structures that seem to pierce the icy surface of Antarctica. The largest of them has an almost perfectly symmetrical shape, and each of its sides is oriented toward the four cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. In Dr. Michael Sala's book, Secret Space Programs, it is mentioned that these pyramids are connected to an ancient energy grid used for generating wireless energy. They were built by a civilization that had knowledge of quantum energy and anti-gravity. According to Sala, these structures may be part of a global system similar to the one connected to the pyramids in Giza and other megaliths around the world. Research on carbon samples from the icy Drav region shows that the climate in Antarctica was suitable for habitation about 12,000 years ago, which coincides with the legends of Atlantis. Dr. Michael Sala is an internationally recognized scholar in the field of global politics, conflict resolution, and U.S. foreign policy. He has taught at universities in the United States and Australia, including the American University in Washington, D.C. Today, he is known as a pioneer in the development of the field of exopolitics, the study of the main actors, institutions, and political processes related to extraterrestrial life. In November 1995, a team of 15 scientists working in an area near Byrd land stopped maintaining contact with the McMurdo base. When a C-130 rescue plane arrives, it finds the camp abandoned. Everything is in place: huts, snowmobiles, fuel, equipment, but there is no trace of the scientists. Documents related to the case claim that the group of scientists was working on studying a strange anomaly beneath the ice, which was detected through seismic waves. This anomaly is described as a massive structure with geometric shapes, unlike anything else, naturally. According to sources from the US Army, the scientists most likely came into contact with something that deeply traumatized them. One of them, quoted anonymously years later, mentioned that what we saw was not of this world. The crew checks the radio, which works perfectly. There are no tracks in the snow, and even the bodies have not been found. The case becomes a mystery, and a week later, when the scientists return, they are disoriented and refuse to talk about what they experienced. The crew of SE-103 is instructed not to mention the incident, and the scientists are relocated to an unknown place. Antarctica is home to areas where access is strictly forbidden, even for scientists. One of them is the area around the South Pole, where in 1985 a rescue plane crew observed a giant hole in the ice as wide as a football field. When we flew over the forbidden zone, we saw a massive hole in the ice with warm steam coming out of it. I have never seen anything like it. One of us joked that it looked like an entrance to another world. After landing at the base, we were questioned by men in suits who ordered us to keep quiet. We were never supposed to talk about what we saw. This hole is connected to a secret base called Project Iceworm, which is rumored to be an underground complex built by the military and private corporations. In the 1930s, the Nazis began experimental expeditions to Antarctica. Driven by interest in the geothermal caves beneath the ice, these caves are naturally heated by volcanic activity and provide a suitable environment for living and operations. The Nazis used the most advanced scanning technologies of the time to discover vast underground spaces. According to Michael Salla and other researchers, the German teams found ancient structures that were partially integrated into the ice. They discovered artifacts and symbols that they believe are evidence of the presence of an extraterrestrial race that lived in Antarctica thousands of years ago. These same structures later became the foundation for the construction of secret bases. After World War II, the United States began its own research in the region as part of a secret operation, Project Iceworm. Using these very geothermal caves, this base is intended not only for scientific purposes, but also for the study of technologies discovered beneath the ice. According to witnesses like Corey Goode, the base was used for developments related to anti-gravity technologies. Devices similar to those described in the Nazi projects Haunebu and Vril were tested in these facilities. These bases are enormous, located under the ice, and connected to thermal caves that maintain suitable living conditions. Some of them are built around ancient structures that were discovered under the ice. The equipment I saw there included devices capable of anti-gravity and manipulating time and space. These technologies are far beyond what the world knows. Project Iceworm is connected to theories about cooperation between humans and extraterrestrials. Testimonies claim that the base was used as a platform to study ancient technologies provided by extraterrestrials. According to some sources, these technologies were the key to secret space programs. It is claimed that several extraterrestrial races provided critical information about anti-gravity and quantum energy, which was used to create spacecraft capable of interstellar travel. So, is what we heard true, or is it just another chapter in the eternal game between fact and fantasy? The answers may never come in full, but maybe they will. That is also the goal. To keep searching, asking questions, and discovering truths where we never even imagined they existed. The choice, after all, is always ours. Thank you. Suggest topics for future episodes, subscribe if you found today's show interesting, like the episode, and share it with your friends. Challenge ways of thinking from everywhere, with everything, in every possible way. Thank you. See you in a moment.